Ah,
Okay, the
oh,
next part. Look at this one. This is from the permanent exhibition. The same thing,
um,
you know, Museum
yeah.
Angewandte
This is
Kunst,
this is
applied
this is
art.
a helmet based on a caboset, which is a European helmet, which is raised out of one piece of metal, or sometimes welded down the middle. Whereas this is made of strips riveted together.
Yes.
And it's a characteristic thing on the caboset. I think when the Japanese made a helmet using the caboset, they had the little point on the top pointing backwards. And I
Yes.
think in the European ones it pointed forwards.
Yes.
And the Japanese thought, it's a really nice helmet, but they're doing it the wrong way.
Yes, that's true.
Or is it the other way around? No, no, maybe they've got it pointing forwards and the Europeans had it pointing backwards because
But
I'm looking at the way the plates are going back like that. So the
yeah,
front of the
exactly. I
helmet
just
is
want
on
to
the
say that.
right side.
And it
Yeah.
is signed, B. Do you see that? It is signed. Sao Tome.
So for me, yeah, um, yeah, that's usually they just actually make them out of one or two pieces of metal, just like the European ones. It's very rare to see one that's made in individual plates like that. That's uh this they say 16th to 17th century. This could have been made within like 50 years of them first seeing European helmets. And they decided we like that. They really did like this
So
shape.
this is 16th, 17th century master, as you can
Yeah.
see it here. And then,
Um, so it's Iekada, except it's pronounced as a Japanese not as I.
yeah.
That's really a rare helmet. From I've seen lots of Japanese helmets. I've seen lots of Japanese helmets in the form of a European caboset. Um, but I cannot remember seeing one made in plates like that. Uh, it's a show off piece saying we can use our traditional um, construction to create one of these European helmets. But the point is, um, they could also make them in single pieces of metal as well. So this is just saying, let's be more Japanese. It's a really, really nice helmet.
Pete, look at the
I love
flowers. Look at the flowers
the
on the back.
flowers. Yeah, yeah. That's
They're so beautiful. You know what
yeah,
they remind me of? The same flowers in Achaemenid art
yeah. There's a long, and I mean, it went into Sasanian as well.
as well. And then in the
Isolated flowers
Islamic period,
in
Iran as well. They survived in
yeah.
miniatures,
Well, flowers
weapons.
are
Yeah.
basically nice, but the thing is that they're a really strong decorative element. I use something like that on your quiver because um, it's just it talks to you. It's a really nice decorative element.
This is an exceptional helmet, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean this is. I think originally it would have been lacquered, and the lacquer's been cleaned off because it may have been. Normally they would lacquer something like that black.
So let's
Maybe the
come back to
flowers.
this. Which one is the front side? Which one is the back?
The front is to the right. See that little tab sticking up on the brim in the
Yes.
right? That's where the big um, decorative piece went. The one at the back is to take a separate decoration because Japanese would often put lacquered wood or paper
Pete, let
decorations
me
in the
just be
form of
specific. Look at this. This side. Do you
that's the
see?
front.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a really nice one. Um, the reason I say that is look at the way the plates overlap.
Yeah.
So the plates always overlap from front to back.
Yes.
And if you look really carefully, the one towards the right side, you can see the edges of the plates really clearly. Whereas the ones towards the left side, it becomes a bit, you're getting a bit of a optical illusion that they're going the other way, but they're not really. If you follow each plate, you can see that's where they're going. Ah,
This is made of
oh yeah, this
ivory.
is
You see the lion
yeah,
hunting the bull?
yeah, and with I assume they're rubies for eyes too.
Rubies. Yes, rubies. Yes.
Yeah, this look at the delicacy of that carving. I mean, that's spectacular. And this would hang from your belt, and it would be full of very fine gunpowder to put in the pan of your gun, matchlock or flintlock or whatever type of gun you have. Um, so European ones are often shaped like little flasks, like about
Yes.
that big, and often made from metal and highly decorated. Even the cheap ones are quite
Yes.
decorated. But this style, you see a similar style. I've seen them from Iran in watered steel in that shape,
Yes.
not the engraving so much. Watered steel ones tended to be inlaid with gold,
Yes.
but you can see it's very practical. It hangs from a little ring um,
Yes.
in the middle. The There's a lever there. You press the lever down, and the front bit opens up, and that's how you pull the powder out.
Yes.
So the powder comes out of the mouth of the buffalo that the lion or tiger is biting. Oh, that's
China.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very nice.
that is very, very nice. That's a big casting.
Yeah, yeah, it's very big. It's quite
They
big.
they never lost the I mean from the Shang dynasty onwards, casting in bronze and from the early Sung dynasty, they cast big things in iron, as this is cast because the Chinese invented cast iron a long time before anybody else. The nature of the coal that they used to fire their furnaces for making pottery
Mm.
burned much hotter than say charcoal or whatever, and so they started melting iron directly very early on. And there are arrowheads
1804
from
bead, dated.
1804. See,
Mm.
they're still doing it. I mean, the skill never disappeared. The desire for these. I'm guessing that the holes are actually like if you cast a figure and it's hollow, you've got to have areas for the gases to get out and things. Uh, it's quite coarse.
Now, can you tell me one thing?
Mhm.
What is this? It's a fang.
Yeah, definitely a fang.
Where is the next one?
It's there, but the lighting doesn't make it. It's right at the edge of the mouth there. It's basically
Ah,
almost
I
facing
see
forward.
that. Now it's there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I see that. Yes.
If you look really carefully, on the left-hand side of the neck and on the right-hand side of the neck, you can see little rough spots.
Yes.
That's where the parts of the mold were fitted together when they cast this, because they
Yeah.
didn't. This wasn't probably a lost wax casting. Um, they probably made separate molds and carved out the
Yes.
things from the inside
Yes.
and put them together and then poured molten iron into it.
Now, I don't read Chinese. For those who do.
It's very crisp and clear writing though.
Yes.
Um, yeah, yeah, that's pretty nice when you get writing like that. I think it's got a date in it.
Mm.
Um,
I mean, it's dated
I
1804.
can I can see numbers. I can see numbers like 6 and 1. Uh,
Yeah.
I can see 10. 10 is just a cross. 1 is just a horizontal stroke by itself. 6 is a little stroke, a horizontal stroke, and 3 little strokes underneath. Um, oh,
We go to European art now. Look at this beauty.
yeah, but it's very nice.
Ernst
When was that?
Riegel, he made it, right?
1911.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're looking at the, kind of,
Yes, he did it. Ernst Riegel, famed Ernst Riegel, 1871 to 1939, died in Cologne. In 1911, made it. Please take a look at
yeah,
this beauty. When
it
you
is
see
a,
it
it is a,
close, you will not believe your
yeah,
eyes. It's
yeah, it's
unbelievable.
stunning, isn't it?
It is.
He made the stand as well,
Yes.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he did. Look at this beat.
See, this is almost like a Renaissance design, or even going further back, a Sasanian design, because they were into ducks turned into various. goblets and writings and things. But it's in England and in France and in Germany, like turn of the 20th century, you've got a lot of quirky art like this. This is beautifully executed.
Beautiful. So beautiful. Right.
The kind of scrolls on the back of the head are so
Look,
perfectly done.
Pete,
Very minimalist compared to the jewels and everything.
look at this.
Yeah, it's great.
It's unbelievable. And look at this one now.
Oh, that's like Majolica, isn't it?
Look at this. This is
Yeah.
Bernard Palissy, the French one.
Yeah, yeah. He was famous for to get the animals right. He
Yes,
used a dead animal and then he would
yes,
make a cast of it.
exactly. That's it. That's it. And look at
Yeah,
this, Pete. Look.
yeah. Oh, that's incredible. Little water
Incredible. Look at
insects.
his work.
Yeah, water insects. The snake is. I think they mentioned eel, but that's a snake. Um, is
What are these? Are
beautifully
these
achieved.
mice?
No, they're beetles, water beetles,
Are they water
or at
beetles?
least the one on the bottom left is a water beetle. See all the legs?
Yeah, it's a water
So,
beetle.
so
Yes, you're right.
in ponds and
Yes,
little
true,
streams and
true.
that, there were beetles that swam around eating stuff,
Pete,
and there
look
were
at
bugs.
this. Look at this.
How delicate!
It's a lizard, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, lizard. It's a lizard. The other thing that you might see in that connection would be a salamander, but salamanders don't have very thin tails, but lizards do.
Let me see. Ups here.
Yeah, that's beautifully done. There's little snails wandering around everywhere. I mean, there's a butterfly. I can see a butterfly down the bottom.
It's so detailed, Pete. Isn't it
Yeah.
beautiful? Look.
Yeah. This is great
Amazing.
work.
And now this is China again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bixia Yuanjun,
Yeah.
primordial goddess of the azure clouds, patroness of childbirth. And Mount Taishan, yeah.
Yeah.
Empress of Taishan. See, there's a long tradition of wooden sculpture in China, painted wooden sculpture. And you can see just how good it is when you see something like this.
Yeah.
Look at the birds in her crown.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so delicate. And again, we've not the same look as the Buddha, but still very serene look.
Look.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Look at this. This is really beautiful. Right.
Yeah, yeah. I just think of something that old, just carved. I mean, in Germany, there was a lot of wood carving and
Yes.
polychrome in the Middle Ages.
Yes.
In for churches and things like that. So it's the same kind of idea. It's just thousands of kilometers away.
Yes.
And when they survive, they're often really quite beautiful.
So this was a present by Mr. Lenz Gerhardt. He was a private collector who gave this as a present and gift to the museum.
It's a beautiful piece of sculpture.
Yeah, really nice. And look at this one.
Oh, this is part of it. Yeah, ridge tile. I thought as soon as I saw it. Because ridge tiles with various animals were used at the ends of the roots on the center lines of the ridges, obviously.
What do you
And
think about it?
they
Isn't it beautiful?
it's full of life and energy, isn't it?
Yeah. Let me see if I
It's
have
not.
another picture of it. Oh yeah, look.
Yeah, yeah, that's brilliant. The polychrome work is exceptional, and the clouds, the stylized clouds, work really well. Chinese dragons are symbols of good fortune. They're not like fire-breathing dragons in Europe. They were associated with the rain and with rivers and things like that. And generally speaking, they were of good fortune. The number of claws a dragon has tells you who commissioned it, I suppose. So three-chord dragon is not the top level. The top level has, well, that's four-chord. Top level has five claws. Um, but look at the way they've done the claws so that they're a different color from the feet. I mean, it's really very well. Oh,
Cast bronze,
Joe.
China. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's at the beginning of the Warring States. That's very old. Look at how intricate. Now, that design was cast on. I mean, in normal states of affairs, you would engrave that design, but the in the Joe, they just made the designs finer and finer and finer, and they could cast them on really effectively.
Look, beat the surface.
Yeah, this is amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah, these to think how old they are
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
and the technical quality of making this in cast bronze. I mean, obviously, after you take it out of the mold, you polish it and that, you get rid of any oxidization.
Beat,
And
I don't want to, criticize, but when we went to this museum with my wife, so we were mesmerized by these historical artifacts. They have these type, many of them. I just, of course, didn't make pictures. I can go back and do it if subscribers wish, from different cultures, all of superb quality. And next to me and my wife, there were like two people in this section of the museum. Two. Then we went to a section they have on bicycles, modern bicycles, right?
Mhm.
Which is probably nice. Okay, it's not my cup of tea, but it's okay. I understand. I mean, I do
If
biking.
you're interested in bicycles, that's a good place to go.
So there were like artful bikes, and there were tons of people there. You couldn't walk. And
Mhm.
then I said, what the hell? Why don't they go and see these historical artifacts? Okay, I mean, we spent maybe 1 minute, maybe because it's lack of knowledge of mine of different types of bikes. But I just
Mhm.
asked myself, why are they looking at when they have so many beautiful artifacts there?
I think people are drawn to the familiar, something that they know. They understand bikes. These things like who and things like that are meant for rituals that were performed 2,500 years ago. And in the case of these things, the rituals were already 1,000 years old when this was made. It's very hard to kind of link back to that. Um, and the other thing is, I don't think people understand how difficult it is to cast large hollow vessels. If they knew the technical difficulty of making something like this, they might be more impressed.
Very beautiful. Let's go to the next
Mm.
one. Pete, look at this.
Oh yeah, yeah. Typical,
China as well.
typical Qing cloisonne. Oh,
It,
it's beautifully done.
it has also a mark, right? And mid 18th century. Please take a look at this.
Mm.
This is beautiful,
It's a,
isn't it?
it's a great little ox, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's got its jeweled object in its specially made saddle for it. I notice it's got little rings on its harness, so they go to a lot of trouble.
I
I love
mean,
the.
how can you ride an ox?
Oh no, they do it in China. They used to do it. They still do it in China, Thailand, and places like that. Because bear in mind these are water buffalo, which in Australia would kill you. The same actual subspecies, because they were brought to Australia from Indonesia. Um, Little kids ride them
No, I mean,
when they
is it
go out into.
difficult to tame them? That's what I mean.
Oh no! Well, they're brought up by people, and the kids are the children are the herders.
Okay.
So they get used to children from an early age. And there's lots of paintings from China of sages riding water buffalo. They just have a blanket over it and they'd be sitting on its back because it wasn't considered to be a warlike thing. Like in say Islamic um, descriptions of people like some of the famous Sufis and that they're riding donkeys
Yes.
or mules rather than
Yes.
horses because horses were warlike, but
Yes.
donkeys and mules were normal, everyday things. And these oxen, and when they say oxen, they actually mean water buffalo, castrated water buffalo. they're all through Chinese art, and it's often you have somebody sitting on them playing a flute. This is a kind of trope
I've seen that.
for artistic things, because
Okay,
apparently,
go ahead, please.
oh yeah, these are amazing things, aren't they? So it's an object on a stylized saddle, and there are stylized waves in the gilded parts down the bottom. You've got dragons coiled all around the object on the top. Um, Everything in it is really beautifully executed.
Yes. Oops. Look at the face.
Yeah, yeah, typical oxen. And I think even the weird shaped horns, I think there are water buffalo in India that have funny shaped horns like that. The ones in China used to have straighter horns, but water buffalo can produce all kinds of horns if their genes allow it. So this is Kangxi. So that's really Kangxi, the Kangxi emperor, very famous archer, I might add. Um, uh, he consolidated the Manchu grip on China because in the beginning of his reign, the three powerful Chinese generals that had originally allied with the Manchus
Yeah.
revolted, trying to set up a separate empire in the south of China, which was a reasonable idea because it had happened before and it had worked. But the Manchus were much stronger, and they reconquered the south. The generals either died of old age in the process, or killed, or whatever. Um, but the Kangxi period was a great flowering of art
Yes.
because he put a lot of resources into having art made. And you look at this is abstract art, even though I mean, there's a bird there, there are flowers and everything, but look at the rocks. That is pure abstract art. And even this kind of abstraction started in the Ming dynasty, and it's this is a really expensive object, right? Made for a palace. It's not something that you went to the market and bought. Um, but the artistic style is really quite modern for its time,
Yes.
and
Yes.
you can see the emperors be very proud of things like that. Oh, I love these tomb figurines, particularly the horses, because they've all got personalities. It's like the horses in Persian painting.
Yes,
Um,
exactly. This is a
they
Chinese
all,
one. Yeah.
yeah,
Very nice.
and the they possibly originally would have had like little bronze bridles and bits and reins and everything that have, I mean, they've been in the ground for 1200 years. A lot of these only came to light in the last 100 years. I mean, a few of them before, because Chinese would be, digging the foundations for a building and come across an old tomb, and the local authorities would all come round, and the antiquarians would do drawings, and they get published in books and everything. Even back in as far as the Song Dynasty, that's not unknown. In fact, they rediscovered the crossbow lock that way. Someone found one in a tomb and worked out what it was, and then they started manufacturing them again. 1,000 years after they hadn't been used for 1,000 years, 800 years, or something like that. These horses in the Tang tombs are considered to be mainly descendants of horses they captured in Central Asia, which in Chinese, the translation into English is heavenly horses. And they came from places like, in Fergana, in the Fergana Valley.
Yes.
They were called blood-sweating horses. Um, the thought is that that little drops of blood formed where they were bitten by insects or something like that. Their hair. This is the descendants of these horses still in Central Asia are things like Akalpeki. So I mean, it's still consistently there. This is very, very baroque, isn't it?
Yes, a love temple, right? By Meissen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Meissen is renowned for its excellent porcelain figures.
Yes.
But
And you can see in
skill
the
in that,
middle, right? This couple, you
Mm.
can see them close here.
Yeah.
Love temple.
It's a kind of strange mixture of ancient Greek and modern at the time, because if you
Yes.
look at the woman way up top is wearing modern clothes of the period that the thing was dating, whereas everybody else is dressed like ancient Greeks.
Yes.
Um,
It's true. It's very nice. Look,
yeah,
this was this museum, some parts of it. I
yeah,
mean,
that was
do you see
impressive.
the artifacts? I hope you enjoyed them, Beat.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the fact that you managed to get a few out of different cultures in there as well, just goes to show how influences affect art. So that Meissen one at the end had classical influence, but modern influences at its time, like what is it, 18th century,
Yeah.
17th, 18th century, something like that. And but the same thing could be said of the Buddha figures
Yes,
that
yes,
you can see, like influences from the
yes.
um, Indo-Greek kingdoms and that in Gandhara. Which I mean, when you think about it, all of these things going on, we get to see pretty bits. The beautiful sculptures, the wonderful jewelry, the fantastic weapon. But it was very contentious period. Like Afghanistan and what's modern Pakistan were major Buddhist centers up
Yeah.
until the
Yes, yes.
Arabs got there. And they were, well, we know about Bamiyan and things like that. There were huge monasteries and giant statues and all kinds of things like that. That's all disappeared because of, you know, cultural changes, different people ruling, whatever. The Sasanians conquered large chunks of Afghanistan towards the end of the dynasty. And so they were probably directly influencing Buddhist art because they were physically ruling countries with lots of Buddhists. I mean, the Chinese sent monks to get more scriptures to Afghanistan and Pakistan and northern India because this is where all the big monasteries were and the libraries and everything.
Yes.
So this is a very connected world.
Very.
And
Very.
I mean, we were looking at the Buddhist perspective there, but you've got an Islamic perspective, a Zoroastrian perspective, a Hindu perspective.
Yes.
Um, it's really all mixed up, and
Lovely stuff. Yes.
good things come out of the mix.
Yes. Thanks a lot, Beat. I wish you a nice day and hope to see you soon then. Thank you.
Thank you. It was very good.
Thank you.